You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed. It is the person who continues in his self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Our life is what our thoughts make it. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others. When you rise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil, but I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the W. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself and your way of thinking. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Live a good life. If there are gods, and they are just, then they will not care how devout you have been, but will welcome you based on the virtues you have lived by. If there are gods but unjust, then you should not want to worship them. If there are no gods, then you will be gone, but will have. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil. Here is a rule to remember in future. When anything tempts you to feel bitter, Not this is misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune. When another blames you or hates you, or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside, and see what sort of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be racked with anxiety that they should hold any particular opinion about you. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Perfection of character is this, to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life now. Take what's left and live it properly. What doesn't transmit light creates its own darkness. You are a little soul carrying about a corpse, as Epictetus used to say. If any man despises me, that is his problem. My only concern is not doing or saying anything deserving of contempt. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and SDA? Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be, just be one. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. For it is in your power to retire into yourself whenever you choose. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will soon set, and you with it. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Whoever does wrong, wrongs himself. Whoever does injustice, does it to himself, making himself evil. Casting aside other things, hold to the precious few, and besides bear in mind that every man lives only the present, which is an indivisible point, and that all the rest of his life is either past or is uncertain. Brief is man's life, and small the nook of the earth where he lives. Brief, too, is tea. Begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil. But for my part, one have long perceived the nature of good and its nobility, the nature. Receive without conceit, release without struggle. Never esteem anything as of advantage to you. that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect. It is in your power to withdraw yourself whenever you desire. Perfect tranquility within consists in the good ordering of the mind, the realm of your own. Whatever anyone does or says, I must be emerald and keep my color. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values. The memory of everything is very soon overwhelmed in time. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good and evil. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it.